Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We are living through one of the most transformative periods in human history. Some are even calling it the new industrial revolution, and it's being driven by one force: artificial intelligence. The global race for AI dominance isn't just about who has the smartest computers. It's about who controls the future of manufacturing, energy, and even our daily lives. This isn't some abstract concept happening in labs. It's impacting everything from national security to the price of your next car. Today, we're diving deep into this unfolding drama, and we'll be looking specifically at how it affects a company that's right at the intersection of AI, energy, and manufacturing: Tesla. We've got four critical stories to cover: Nvidia's bold multi-billion-dollar vision, the latest on Tesla's full self-driving advancements, some surprising policy shifts hitting the EV market, and a look at the potentially explosive future of humanoid robots. Buckle up, because the future is accelerating, and understanding these developments is absolutely essential. Let's get started. All right, let's kick things off by talking about a company that's become synonymous with the AI revolution: Nvidia. Specifically, we need to talk about Jensen Huang, Nvidia's CEO, and his recent appearances on Capitol Hill. Huang wasn't there just to lobby. He was there to deliver a powerful message, a vision of a reindustrialized America powered by AI. He announced a stunning $500 billion investment in AI infrastructure over the next several years, signaling a massive commitment to building the future right here in the United States. His core argument is simple yet profound. Modern manufacturing isn't about low-cost labor anymore. It's about technology. He argues that the traditional model of competing with countries like China on the basis of cheap labor is obsolete. The new battleground is the intelligent factory, the AI-driven optimization of production, and the seamless integration of software and hardware. Huang's message resonated strongly because he wasn't just talking about building chips. He was talking about building a new kind of industrial base. He emphasized that AI factories, as he calls them, require a different kind of infrastructure. They need massive amounts of clean, reliable energy. They need sophisticated software. They need highly skilled engineers and operators, but not necessarily millions of low-wage workers performing repetitive tasks. This shift is crucial for the U.S. to compete effectively on the global stage. Instead of trying to out-cheap other nations, the U.S. can leverage its strengths in technology and innovation to create high-value, high-efficiency manufacturing. We've seen clips of Huang explaining this, leaning into the idea that America has the potential to lead this new era. He's articulate, passionate, and clearly believes deeply in this vision. But it's not without its critics. Some, like the historian Niall Ferguson, argue that simply investing in AI isn't enough to overcome the deep-seated challenges facing American manufacturing, such as regulatory hurdles, labor costs, and supply chain vulnerabilities. Ferguson suggests that the focus on AI might be a distraction from the fundamental issues that make manufacturing difficult and expensive in the U.S. He points to the complex web of regulations and the difficulty in permitting new facilities as significant obstacles that even the most advanced AI can't easily fix. These are valid points, and it's important to consider them. Building factories isn't just about having the technology, it's about having the right environment to build them. However, Huang's vision isn't about ignoring those problems entirely. It's about changing the game. By focusing on AI-powered automation and efficiency, the U.S. can potentially offset some of the cost disadvantages it faces. Imagine a factory where robots work alongside humans, guided by AI algorithms to optimize every step of the process, from design to delivery. This isn't science fiction, it's becoming reality. And this is where a company like Tesla fits squarely into Huang's vision. Tesla isn't just building electric cars, they are building highly automated factories. They are developing advanced AI for their vehicles and, increasingly, for their manufacturing processes. Tesla's approach to vertical integration, controlling everything from battery production to vehicle assembly, aligns perfectly with the idea of a technologically driven industrial future. Tesla's gigafactories are in many ways precursors to the AI factories Huang describes. They are designed with automation and efficiency in mind, constantly being refined and improved with data and software updates. Tesla's investment in robotics, both for manufacturing and for potential future applications like the Optimus bot, further solidifies their position within this new industrial landscape. So while critics like Ferguson raise important questions about the broader economic and regulatory environment, Huang's argument for leveraging AI as the key to reindustrialization remains compelling. And companies like Tesla are already demonstrating how this vision can be brought to life, factory by factory, robot by robot. The race isn't just about building chips, it's about reinventing how we make things, and that requires a fundamental shift in thinking, a shift that Jensen Huang is championing with $500 billion behind it. It's a massive statement, and it sets the stage for a future where technology and manufacturing are inextricably linked. The question is if this shift is happening, but how quickly and who will lead it. Moving on from Nvidia's grand vision, let's dive deeper into the nature of the AI race itself. While it's often framed as a direct competition between the US and China, a zero-sum game where one wins and the other loses, that might be a simplistic view. As someone I follow closely, Larry Goldberg, has pointed out, the nature of AI development suggests a different reality. AI is inherently collaborative and iterative. Advancements in one area quickly spread and are built upon by others. The underlying algorithms and research papers are often published openly, and the best talent is global. This doesn't mean there isn't competition, of course there is, but it means that breakthroughs in China will eventually benefit researchers and companies in the US, and vice versa. The true bottleneck, the real determinant of success in this AI-driven future, isn't just who develops the smartest algorithms first. It's something far more fundamental: energy. Think about it. Training large AI models requires an absolutely staggering amount of computing power, and that computing power consumes enormous amounts of electricity. Running AI-powered factories, powering fleets of electric vehicles, deploying millions of humanoid robots, all of this demands a massive increase in reliable, affordable energy production. The AI race, in a very real sense, is an energy race. The country or region that can generate the most clean, cheap, and reliable energy will have a significant advantage in building and deploying the infrastructure needed for the AI age. This is where the discussion gets critical, especially for the United States. While the US is a leader in AI research and development, its energy infrastructure faces significant challenges. Bureaucratic hurdles, permitting delays, and political gridlock often slow down the development of new energy sources, both renewable and traditional. Building a new nuclear power plant or even a large solar farm can take years, sometimes decades, due to regulatory processes. This stands in stark contrast to the rapid pace of AI development. We're creating the demand for energy faster than we're building the capacity to supply it. And this is a major problem. If the US can't dramatically increase its energy production, particularly clean energy, it risks falling behind in the global AI race, not because it lacks the talent or the innovation, but because it lacks the power. Larry Goldberg's point about the inevitable sharing of AI advancements is crucial here. While there will undoubtedly be efforts to maintain technological leads and protect intellectual property, the fundamental building blocks of AI are becoming increasingly accessible. The cutting-edge research published today will be incorporated into open-source libraries tomorrow. This means that the ability to deploy and scale AI will be the ultimate differentiator. And deploying and scaling AI requires abundant energy. This is why energy policy isn't just a separate issue, it's intrinsically linked to the future of AI and the global economic landscape. Critiquing the US's bureaucratic hurdles isn't about being anti-regulation. It's about recognizing that the current system is not built for the speed of technological change we are experiencing. We need policies that facilitate, rather than hinder, the development of the energy infrastructure required for the AI age. We need to find ways to streamline permitting, incentivize investment in new energy technologies, and ensure grid reliability. Without this, the $500 billion that Jensen Huang is planning to invest in AI infrastructure might struggle to find the power it needs to operate at scale. The focus needs to be on progress, not paralysis. We need to move beyond ideological debates about energy sources and focus on the practical reality. We need more power, and we need it quickly. This is a challenge that requires a concerted effort from government, industry, and researchers. It's about building the physical foundation upon which the AI revolution will be built. And while the competition with China is real, the more significant competition might be against ourselves, against our own inertia and our own inability to build the things we need to thrive in the 21st century. The AI race isn't just about who has the smartest chips, it's about who has the power to run them. And that makes energy policy a national security issue, an economic imperative, and the true bottleneck in the race for AI dominance. It's a complex web, but understanding the central role of energy is key to understanding the future of AI. All right, let's shift gears and talk about something many of you are probably following very closely: Tesla's full self-driving, or FSD, progress. There have been some interesting updates recently, particularly regarding the advancements for vehicles equipped with Hardware 3. For a while, there's been a lot of focus on Hardware 4 in the future, but it's clear Tesla hasn't forgotten about the millions of vehicles already on the road with Hardware 3. These recent updates demonstrate a continued commitment to improving the FSD capabilities for the existing fleet, which is crucial for customer satisfaction and data collection. One of the notable reported advancements is the ability of FSD to autonomously reverse into parking spots. Now, while parallel parking has been a feature for a while, autonomous reverse perpendicular parking is a step forward. It might seem like a small detail, but it requires complex spatial understanding and precise maneuvering. It's another piece of the puzzle being solved by the FSD software. Think about all the variables involved: identifying the parking spot, positioning the vehicle correctly, judging distances with other cars and obstacles, and executing the reverse maneuver smoothly. Each successful autonomous park is a valuable data point that helps refine the system. Even more significant are the reports of FSD's improved ability to predict potential hazards. There was a specific example circulating recently about a Tesla on FSD detecting a potential hazard involving a semi-truck very early on and reacting appropriately. This is where the real power of FSD lies, in its ability to perceive the environment, understand complex traffic situations, and anticipate potential dangers in a way that goes beyond a human driver's capabilities. It's not just about following the rules of the road, it's about proactive safety. Imagine the system constantly analyzing the behavior of other vehicles, pedestrians, and cyclists, predicting their likely actions and reacting defensively. This is the goal, and these reported instances suggest progress towards that goal. What's particularly interesting about these improvements is how they are being rolled out, over-the-air updates. This is one of Tesla's major advantages. The ability to push software updates to millions of vehicles overnight means that the entire fleet can benefit from the latest advancements almost instantly. This creates a powerful feedback loop. As more drivers use FSD, the system collects more data from diverse driving conditions around the world. This data is then used to train the AI models, leading to further improvements, which are then rolled out via updates. It's a virtuous cycle of learning and refinement. This continuous improvement through real-world testing is absolutely vital. Driving is a complex and unpredictable activity. There are an infinite number of scenarios a vehicle can encounter on the road. Having a massive fleet of vehicles gathering data from millions of miles driven every day provides an unparalleled training set for the FSD AI. Every challenging intersection, every unexpected maneuver by another driver, every construction zone, all of this data helps the system learn and become more robust. It's like having millions of student drivers practicing all the time and instantly sharing their lessons with each other. The focus on improving Hardware 3 FSD is also strategically smart. While Hardware 4 is the future, a significant portion of Tesla's customer base is currently using Hardware 3. Providing tangible improvements to their existing vehicles demonstrates the value of the FSD package and reinforces customer loyalty. It also generates more data from the Hardware 3 fleet, which can still be valuable for training and validation, even as Hardware 4 becomes more prevalent. Of course, FSD is still a work in progress. There are still instances where human intervention is required, and the system is not yet capable of handling every conceivable driving scenario autonomously. The path to true Level 4 or Level 5 autonomy is challenging and requires overcoming significant technical and regulatory hurdles. However, these incremental improvements, the reported ability to handle more complex parking maneuvers and predict hazards more effectively, are tangible signs of progress. They demonstrate that Tesla's approach of using a vast real-world data set and iterative software updates is yielding results. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and these recent updates show that Tesla is still making strides forward, even for their existing Hardware 3 fleet. The journey continues, and every update brings us closer to the promise of fully autonomous driving. Now, let's talk about something that could potentially throw a wrench into the works of EV adoption and impact companies like Tesla: policy headwinds. Recently, we've seen some actions from House Republicans that have raised concerns within the EV community. Specifically, There's a proposed $250 fee on electric vehicles and a push to repeal California's ban on the sale of new gasoline-powered cars starting in 2035. These are significant policy moves with potentially far-reaching consequences. Let's start with the proposed $250 EV fee. The rationale behind this fee, from the perspective of its proponents, is to address the decline in revenue from gasoline taxes. Historically, these taxes have been a primary source of funding for road maintenance and infrastructure projects. As more drivers switch to EVs, they are no longer paying these gas taxes, leading to a projected shortfall in funding for roads. The proposed $250 fee is seen as a way to ensure that EV owners contribute their fair share to road upkeep. On the surface, it sounds reasonable. If you use the roads, you should contribute to maintaining them. However, the criticism of this proposal is multifaceted. Firstly, $250 might seem like a relatively small amount compared to the cost of an EV, but it's still an additional cost of ownership that could potentially deter some buyers, especially those on the fence about making the switch. Is it truly a fair share when you consider the environmental benefits of EVs and the fact that gas tax revenue is often misallocated or diverted to other purposes? That's a key point of contention. Critics argue that instead of penalizing EV owners, the focus should be on ensuring that existing gas tax revenue is used effectively for road infrastructure and exploring other funding mechanisms that apply to all road users, regardless of the type of vehicle they drive. Furthermore, many states are already implementing their own road usage fees for EVs, often tied to mileage driven rather than a flat annual fee. A federal flat fee on top of state-level fees could create a confusing and potentially burdensome system for EV owners. It feels a bit like a knee-jerk reaction to a perceived problem without a comprehensive plan for modernizing transportation funding in the age of electrification. The current system of funding roads through gas taxes is becoming obsolete, but replacing it with a simple flat fee on EVs might not be the most equitable or efficient solution. Then there's the push to repeal California's ban on the sale of new gasoline cars, starting in 2035. California has been a leader in setting stricter emission standards and promoting EV adoption, and its regulations often influence other states. The 2035 ban is a bold move aimed at accelerating the transition to zero-emission vehicles. Repealing this ban would be a significant setback for those advocating for a faster shift away from internal combustion engines. The argument for repeal often centers on consumer choice, the perceived limitations of EV technology, and concerns about the capacity of the electricity grid to handle a massive influx of charging demand. From the perspective of EV manufacturers like Tesla, these policy headwinds present challenges. The proposed fee could slightly dampen demand, although its impact might be less significant than other factors like vehicle price or charging infrastructure availability. The repeal of California's ban, however, could have a more substantial impact by potentially slowing down the overall adoption rate of EVs, especially in states that follow California's lead. It sends a signal that there is political resistance to the transition, which could create uncertainty for both consumers and manufacturers. It's important to note that these are proposed actions, not finalized laws. The legislative process involves debate, negotiation, and potential amendments. However, the fact that these proposals are being put forward highlights the ongoing political and economic tensions surrounding the transition to electric vehicles. There are powerful interests that benefit from the internal combustion engine ecosystem, and they are actively working to slow down the transition. For Tesla, navigating these policy headwinds requires not just producing compelling EVs, but also engaging in advocacy and education. They need to demonstrate the benefits of their vehicles and the broader EV ecosystem to policymakers and the public. The future of EV adoption isn't solely dependent on technological advancements. It's also shaped by the regulatory and political landscape. These proposed policies are a reminder that the path to electrification is not a smooth, unobstructed highway. There are bumps and detours along the way, and companies like Tesla need to be prepared to navigate them. The debate over how to fund roads in an electric future and how quickly to phase out gasoline cars is far from over. Let's turn our attention to a market that could see explosive growth in the coming decades: humanoid robots. Morgan Stanley recently released a report forecasting the humanoid robot market to reach a staggering $5 trillion by 2050. Now, that's a massive number, but the interesting question is it conservative? Considering the rapid advancements in AI and robotics, particularly the convergence of the two, there's a strong argument to be made that $5 trillion by 2050 might actually be too low. Think about the potential applications for humanoid robots. They could work in factories, perform dangerous tasks, assist the elderly and disabled, provide education and entertainment, and even explore environments too hazardous for humans. The potential for these versatile machines to contribute to the economy and society is enormous. And as AI gets smarter and more capable, the capabilities of these robots will expand exponentially. We're not just talking about simple automated arms on an assembly line. We're talking about robots that can understand and interact with their environment, learn new tasks, and collaborate with humans. We're already seeing a growing number of companies entering the humanoid robotics space. There are startups developing robots for logistics and manufacturing, companies working on robots for healthcare and elder care, and even companies exploring the potential of robots for personal assistance. The field is rapidly evolving, with new prototypes and capabilities being demonstrated seemingly every month. This ecosystem of innovation is a strong indicator that the market is poised for significant growth. And then there's Tesla's potential role in this market, particularly with their Optimus bot. While Optimus is still in the early stages of development, Tesla's expertise in AI, electric motors, battery technology, and high-volume manufacturing gives them a unique advantage. They are approaching robotics from a perspective of building a general-purpose humanoid robot that can eventually perform a wide range of tasks. This is a more ambitious goal than many of the specialized robots being developed by other companies. If Tesla can successfully develop and scale production of Optimus, they could become a dominant player in this emerging market. Analyzing forecasts like Morgan Stanley's requires considering the underlying assumptions. Are they factoring in the potential for exponential improvements in AI? Are they fully accounting for the decreasing cost of hardware as production scales? Are they considering the societal shifts that could accelerate the adoption of robots, such as aging populations and labor shortages in certain industries? Some analysts, like AJ and Gary Max, who follow this space closely, have even more optimistic forecasts, suggesting that the market could reach multi-trillion-dollar valuations much sooner than 2050. They often point to the compounding nature of technological progress and the potential for unforeseen breakthroughs. The key to unlocking this explosive growth lies in making humanoid robots affordable, capable, and reliable. As the technology matures and production scales, the cost of manufacturing these robots will likely decrease significantly, making them accessible to a wider range of businesses and eventually even consumers. The more capable and versatile they become, the more applications they will have, creating a virtuous cycle of demand and development. While a $5 trillion market by 2050 is an impressive figure, it's important to consider the possibility that the pace of innovation could exceed even the most optimistic current forecasts. The convergence of AI, robotics, and advanced manufacturing could lead to a future where humanoid robots are as commonplace as cars are today, integrated into every aspect of our lives. Imagine a world where robots perform the dangerous, dirty, and repetitive tasks, freeing up humans to focus on more creative and fulfilling work. That's the potential of this market. Tesla's involvement with Optimus is a clear signal that they see this potential and are positioning themselves to be a major player. Their unique combination of expertise in AI, hardware design, and large-scale manufacturing puts them in a strong position to potentially disrupt this emerging market. The $5 trillion forecast by Morgan Stanley is a significant milestone, but it might just be the beginning. The true potential of the humanoid robot market could be far greater, and the timeline for reaching that potential might be shorter than many currently anticipate. It's a market to watch very closely, as it could fundamentally change the nature of work and society. Now, let's bring it all together and talk about something that makes Tesla a truly unique company in this unfolding AI-driven industrial revolution. While we've discussed Nvidia's focus on AI, infrastructure, the complexities of the AI race, the progress in FSD, and the potential of the robot market as separate topics, Tesla is uniquely positioned because they are actively involved in all of these areas simultaneously. They have an integrated approach that creates a powerful synergistic advantage, unlike almost any other company in the world. Think about it. Tesla is a leader in energy production and storage with their solar roof, solar panels, and Powerwall products. They are actively working on increasing renewable energy generation and building the infrastructure needed to support the growing demand from EVs and, eventually, robots. This directly addresses the energy bottleneck we discussed earlier. Instead of just consuming energy, Tesla is also a significant player in generating and managing it, giving them a unique perspective and control over a critical component of the AI future. Then there's their deep expertise in AI software development. FSD is a prime example of their capabilities in training complex AI models on massive datasets. They are developing sophisticated computer vision, planning, and control algorithms that are essential for autonomous systems. This AI expertise isn't limited to just driving. The same fundamental principles and technologies are being applied to the development of Optimus, the AI that helps a car navigate a complex urban environment can, in many ways, be adapted to help a humanoid robot navigate a factory floor or a home. And finally, there's their prowess in robotics manufacturing. Tesla is not just designing AI, they are building the physical machines that the AI will inhabit. Their gigafactories are highly automated environments, giving them invaluable experience in designing, building, and scaling complex robotic systems. This manufacturing capability is essential for bringing humanoid robots like Optimus to market at scale. It's one thing to build a prototype. It's another entirely to mass-produce millions of sophisticated robots. Tesla's experience in automotive manufacturing, one of the most complex manufacturing processes in the world, gives them a significant head start. This integrated approach is Tesla's secret weapon. They are not just an energy company, or an AI company, or a robotics company, or even just a car company. They are all of those things simultaneously, and the advancements in one area benefit the others. The data collected from the FSD fleet informs the development of Optimus. The expertise gained in building highly automated factories helps in designing and manufacturing robots. The investment in energy infrastructure supports the charging needs of their vehicles and the power demands of their AI training centers and robot manufacturing facilities. This synergy creates a flywheel effect. Improvements in AI make their vehicles and robots more capable. Increased energy production and storage make their ecosystem more resilient and affordable. Scaled manufacturing reduces costs and increases accessibility. These elements reinforce each other, creating a powerful engine for growth and innovation. While other companies might specialize in one or two of these areas, Tesla is actively pursuing all of them, creating a unique ecosystem that positions them at the heart of the AI-driven industrial revolution. They are building the vehicles that will be among the first to achieve widespread autonomy, the robots that could redefine labor, and the energy infrastructure to power it all. They are not just participating in the future, they are actively building it piece by piece, system by system. This integrated approach is why Tesla is more than just a car company. They are a key player in shaping the next era of technology and manufacturing. Understanding this interconnectedness is crucial to understanding Tesla's long-term potential and its role in the broader technological landscape. They are uniquely positioned to benefit from the trends we've discussed, and their strategy reflects a deep understanding of how these different pieces fit together to create a truly transformative future. So, where does all this leave us? We are undeniably in the midst of a profound technological shift, one that rivals the industrial revolutions of the past in its potential to reshape economies, societies, and our daily lives. The race for AI dominance is real, but it's not just a simple competition between nations. It's a complex interplay of technological innovation, energy production, policy decisions, and market dynamics. Companies like Nvidia are investing billions to build the infrastructure, while companies like Tesla are integrating these technologies into products that are already changing the world. We've seen the incremental but significant progress being made in areas like autonomous driving, demonstrating the power of real-world data and iterative software development. We've also seen the challenges posed by policy headwinds, reminding us that the path forward isn't always smooth, and that political and regulatory factors play a crucial role in shaping the future of technology adoption. And we've looked at the potentially explosive growth of the humanoid robot market, a market that could fundamentally change the nature of work and unlock entirely new levels of productivity and capability. At the center of many of these developments sits Tesla, a company that is uniquely positioned with its integrated approach to energy, AI, and robotics. They are building not just products, but an ecosystem that is designed to thrive in this new industrial age. Their efforts in energy storage and generation address a critical bottleneck. Their advancements in AI software are driving the capabilities of their vehicles and robots. And their expertise in large-scale manufacturing is essential for bringing these technologies to the world at scale. The future isn't something that's happening far away. It's being built right now, in factories, in software labs, and on the roads. The opportunities that lie ahead are immense, but they also come with challenges that require careful consideration and thoughtful action. Understanding these trends, the interplay between AI, energy, and automation, is essential for anyone who wants to navigate and potentially benefit from this transformative period. The pace of change is accelerating, and staying informed is more important than ever. If you're interested in learning more about these topics, I highly recommend following people like Larry Goldberg, who shares insightful perspectives on the intersection of technology and finance, and visiting resources like Herbanen.com for in-depth analysis. This is a conversation that needs to continue, and your engagement is part of what makes this community so valuable. We are witnessing the dawn of a new era, and the exciting opportunities that lie ahead are truly boundless. Let's continue to explore them together.